Clarke Show. We've got another outstanding individual with us. She's the founder of Malcolm's Choice. Please welcome Jodi-Ann Campbell to the show.
Hello. Hi. Hi, thanks
doing?
so much for having me.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us, Jodi-Ann. So tell me about your background leading up to Malcolm's Choice and what that is.
Okay, well, I guess I'll start with Malcolm's Choice. Basically, I'm creating a company that's going to rival, I would say, Yellow Pages for the Black business community. So leading up to this, my background, really, my family, we immigrated from Jamaica when I was about 4 years old, and I was
Just
raised...
like me?
Exactly. What,
Yeah.
Just when you came
I
when
was
you were
3.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
More or less the same, right?
Yeah.
And I was raised in the Toronto area. We were in the Jane and Finch area. And actually, I think that has a lot to do with, the background and how I identify as just an Afro-Canadian person. There were a lot of social services there, and I felt like I was involved in a lot of different activities, such as, Afro-Caribbean dancing and pottery and different things of that nature that really helped me to formulate my identity as this person that would like to create something like Malcolm's Choice.
Why the name Malcolm, by the way?
A lot of people do ask that, and I think, there is no real Malcolm. It's just a personification of anybody that would, like to support local small businesses, local Black-owned businesses, and just promoting those kind of ideas. I thought I chose Malcolm because it immediately gives you that idea. Most people think of Malcolm X immediately. And I think that a lot of the principles of Malcolm X were like self-sustainability and knowledge and just coming together as a community. And I think that that is really what the business is, standing for. And, as a community, I think right now in this time, the Black community or Afro-Canadian Caribbean community is really coming together. I feel like when things like Black excellence or Black girls rock, things like this are trending, it just has that that idea right now floating around that we really need to stand together and promote and support our own businesses. Yeah.
Okay, united we stand, definitely.
For sure.
So as a community, what are some of the challenges presented to entrepreneurs?
As a community, I mean, those challenges face any entrepreneur. It's just being able to access capital, being able to just gain exposure and market yourself and be able to be seen. I feel like in the city of Toronto or in the GTA area, there are a lot of hidden gems. There are a lot of excellent businesses that maybe aren't gaining as much exposure as they need to. And I think my company really would like to highlight those businesses so they're no longer hidden. I think it's an opportunity to create exposure for those companies and what they have to offer, because they are offering excellent services, and I just want that to be highlighted and for everybody to be able to see those people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So can you name some of the people affiliated with your organization and what kind of services they offer? Just off the top of the head?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I really, we have, just businesses down on Eglinton, such as V's Vegan. It's an excellent vegan food spot that's just on Eglinton. They've decided that they want to help to promote their business on the website. We've got different people that are personal stylists. There's a company called Styled by Lee, and we met each other on Instagram, or we were able to connect with each other on Instagram. And she's actually really, really supportive. And what she does is she goes into people's closets. She helps personal shop for them. If you need to revamp your whole wardrobe, she does things like that. And there's just a number of other services of that nature. We we want to promote service-based businesses so that their customers or their clientele can go ahead and leave reviews on the website. Because I feel like, not only that I feel, but 8 out of 10 people, they go online and check reviews before they choose to patronize a service.
Sure.
And before...
So testimonials
absolutely.
Speaks volumes.
Absolutely. Word of mouth is the #1 type of
It's
marketing.
more powerful than paid advertising.
Exactly. So really what I want to do with the business is be able to make that digitize the word of mouth marketing that people are using, so that people or their clients, the business owners and their clients, can leave those reviews. People can choose, this is an excellent business. They offer great service. They're knowledgeable, and people are able to to go ahead and find those services online.
Fantastic. So what's the next step for you?
Well, next step, really, we're really just building the directory at this point. Right now, we're focusing on the GTA area, because this is where I live. This is the community that we want to promote. But in the long term, definitely, I'd like to have this a Canada-wide business and be able to highlight businesses throughout Canada. We've already got some listings in Ottawa and Montreal, so some places that are outside of the GTA, but definitely wants to be a Canada-wide directory and the go-to brand when you think about when I want to be synonymous with Black business. If you think Black business in Toronto, I'd like Malcolm's Choice to be that name. This is the place that where you want to go to find any information about any business.
Fantastic. And what is the website information?
Well, it's malcolmschoice.com, so that's where you can go for the website. We're also on Instagram at Malcolm's Choice and Facebook as well at Malcolm's Choice. You can find all the information about the business there. And definitely, I'd like to get every business listed, even your previous guest, Frugalicious, if they want to list, that would be really great as well.
Awesome. Well, you've got some wonderful people here.
Absolutely.
Definitely would complement your services.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Jodi-Ann, thank you very much for visiting us.
Great.
Visiting us.
Yeah,
we'll
great.
edit that and come back anytime. We'll appreciate it.
For sure.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.
Jodi-Ann Campbell. We'll be
Okay.
back. All right. Thank you for joining the Nikki Clarke Show. We've got another amazing individual to show you. He has been around in the community for a number of years. He's a behavior specialist, and he's also a best-selling author. Please welcome Robert J. Moore to the show.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Oh, of course. Man, I like this color. I got to say, it's one of my favorites. Besides purple, I like that one, and it looks good on you. So a lot of congratulations coming to you. I know you just came back from London, England. What was that like?
Amazing. What happened was I got a call, and they said, "You've won an award out here." And I said, "What do you mean?" I've already hit #1 best-selling author in Canada.
Congratulations. That's
Right?
big. Make some noise for that. And what's the name of the book?
From rock bottom to success.
From Rock Bottom to Success.
And then next thing you know, they're telling me there's an award out there, and I never had my part in it. I mean, this will all be part of my story when we go through it. And I said, you know what, for my heart, body, and soul, somehow or another, I will be out there. 2 weeks later, I ended up getting my part in. I already bought the tickets, non-refundable. I said, I'm coming. All I had to do was buy the flight. They paid for everything else, and I won Author of the Year award out there.
Amazing. And how did they receive you? They must have loved you.
I got on stage 3-4 times, and I had a book signing. It was like, wow. I'm still in shock.
You're
over
still,
it.
yeah. I can still see the glow all over
They
you.
became my publisher out there, too.
Wow. That's beautiful. So let's talk about it. From
Sure.
rock bottom to where you are now.
Well,
What's your journey like?
started off in Clarkson, Ontario. I was brought up there until age 15 years old. I ran away from home because I didn't like the static in the home. My dad remarried when I was 2 years old. He got his high school sweetheart, became a stepmom. He favoritized her son. And everything he did was perfect, but I got to blame for everything else. So being the youngest in the house, I had to lie, cheat, and steal in order to make it look good. Because I had to suppress my emotions at the same time.
There's nothing you could do that was right.
Nothing you could do. I found $5 one time outside. Literally, $5 outside. I was like 8 years old. And I walked in and I said, Mom, I found $5. I'm really happy about it. She told me until I told her a name that I stole it from. So that's where lying, begging, stealing came from. I learned that, you know what, as soon as you lie to her, you're happy because you get away with it.
You're off the hook.
Yeah. I didn't steal from nobody, but it became a routine over the years. At the age 13 years old, I ended up trying out OV, the stubbies. And that tastes like sandpaper, I'll tell you that much. But you know what? The feeling it gave me was overwhelming. It became a new me. So I was an alcoholic for a lot of years.
That was your escape?
That was my big time escape for the drugs. I got into drugs later after the mother of my second child, ended up dying in my hands. I got into drugs after that. So I had a lot of suppressed emotion. And I didn't have. So in and out of jail 16 years.
What were you in jail for?
I was doing armed robberies. I was beating people up that disrespected women. I was robbing people. Anything to get my own way, to feed my own habit. I lived on the streets at the same time, sleeping wherever I could in apartment buildings. If you're doing laundry at night, and I knew you were doing laundry, it didn't matter if it mattered women's stuff, as long as it kept me warm and I could stretch into it, I'd wear it, and then I'd throw it in the recycling bin afterward. Living on the street wasn't easy, but I never slept on a couch, right? A lot of people sleep on, when you say you live on the streets, I sleep on other people's couches. Mine was clearly on the streets. In snowbanks, covering myself up just to keep warm, across the road from a beer store or liquor store, all the time.
Wow. You've come a long way.
I have. You know, when I first started coming in to Arroyo, Ontario, when I went up to Arroyo, Ontario, it was because of recovery. I was 32 years old. I'm 3 months clean and sober at that time, and I said I wanted to get educated. I have to go get educated because I'm not going to have nothing in life. So what do? I go out and get my education. I got my grade 12, and it was really tough because you're sitting there with people that are 15, 20 years junior to your age. When they're junior to your age and they're talking about the parties and you're 3 months clean and sober, do you want to really go out there and just show them how it's done? Mm-hmm. Right? Because you got the urges, right? And I said, no, you know what? I'm stronger than this, and I could beat it. So at that point, I beat it, and then I signed up for college. I said, okay, well, let's do college. So I went to Georgian College, social service worker diploma. That wasn't enough. I said, I need to find out what was going on with me. That's when I got my addictions degree, and that wasn't enough. So I went and got my BA in psychology. That wasn't enough. My master's in counseling psychology. That wasn't enough. I went from there.
So education became your addiction.
It became a huge addiction for almost 11 years. Yeah. I'm still clean and sober, but I got to learn who I was over the time. And doing that allowed me to open a business as a psychotherapist, registered psychotherapist and addiction counselor, right, to help empower other people. And it's funny how you had someone up here earlier dealing with emotion. I deal with that. Mm-hmm. But I deal with the EBO system, emotions, behaviors, and outcomes. We all have emotions.
We do.
We all have a behavior that goes along with that emotion. It could be negative or positive, right? We all have an outcome that comes with that. So I do the better way, my business. As you're seeing all over Facebook, it's bliming. I mean, I've got people from Australia coming in. I've got people from Florida coming in, London, England, to be in the program because it's so intact. I get right to the root. I don't worry about the surface crap. I don't deal with that stuff. I want right to the root. But I know how it feels to have that stuff sitting on you,
for years. There's layers and layers and layers of it. Yeah.
The reason why I wrote my first book, right? This is my third book. That became number one. The reason why I wrote the first book is because I was doing a journal for a lot of years. Someone asked me in Arroyo, hey, listen, why don't you do some motivational speaking? So I did. I didn't know at that time I was going to become like number 20 in Toronto or something.
Wow.
Right?
You're just being yourself.
Yeah, just being myself. I just get up there and speak. I would just spoke at Mo Mondays. I got another Mo Mondays coming up in Barrie on the August 14th. Right?
Amazing.
And I got a show yesterday I was just on in California. Right? Chris Burns show. Right? It's powerful. They got people all over the place who want to talk to me, interview. You know what? It's all because I wanted to empower myself, somebody.
Okay.
I wanted to find the internal people.
So that it's been able to mesh then.
Yeah.
You put all the pieces together, and now you're at a comfortable place to give back.
Very easily.
How long has it been for you now, empowering others?
I've been doing this for just over 10 years. I've helped over 30,000 people, closer to 35,000 now, but I'll stick with 30,000. I counseled a lot of people when I was doing counseling. Now I deal with the core issues of the old system. I just don't do the counseling. I do the behaviors basically around it with the emotion. It's so powerful. I mean, I got a 21-day transformation program out there now that helps people identify the negative in the raw. When they go in that raw, they sit there and see what it's like to be in there again. Then you help them actually go out of that by looking at the positive.
So 21 days is what it takes to learn a new behavior.
Learn a new behavior, yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So can you talk about a success story
The success story, besides myself,
besides yourself?
I can definitely talk about many success stories. Talk about other ones that weren't so successful too. For instance, both of my brothers are deceased over drugs and alcohol.
Oh.
And I got another brother doing 4.5 years in 10. And I got another brother lost. So
You're the youngest of your siblings?
I'm the youngest on my dad's side.
On your dad's side.
My mom remarried, my biological mom remarried and had 2 more children. One of each side ended up dying, right? Drugs and alcohol.
Sorry to hear that.
It's a sad situation, it is, but it makes me stronger because give me more of a why. And the success I've seen pretty high people, right? I can't say names, confidentiality,
Sure.
but I could say one of the top lawyers in Toronto came to me. There's many of them, so I can manage that. There's about 30 or 40 of them. So I could sit there and say, one of the top lawyers. He sat there in front of me. He said, I'm a very smart cookie. And I said, you're not so bloody smart after all. You're here in front of me, right?
So you have to humble himself, right?
You have to. You got to bring him down to that notch, right? And it's sad to say, but you have to. But after 3 months, he come up, give me a kiss on the cheek. He said, you are very powerful, man. You're very good at what you do. I'm highly recommending you. And that's been floating for a lot of years. I've seen a lot of people come and go. I can honestly say I've even seen and heard of people dying that I've counseled because they weren't ready. When you deal with addictions, the reason why I don't primarily deal with addictions anymore, because when someone with addiction comes to you, they've already exhausted their money. How am I going to pay my bills doing favors for them?
Because the addiction becomes
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming,
For them.
yeah.
It controls their life. All their money becomes that right there. They have to beg, steal, pay Roger back, right? How are they going to do it? I've been there. I bet you I spent over $1 million of other people's money using drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
It's the scariest thing.
It is.
But I've seen people today, 5-6 years clean sober, that I've helped, and they are on top of their game. On top of their game.
So how do you get your power back?
How do I get my power back?
How does anyone get their power back?
Well, they have to identify what they're feeling. Once they identify their feeling, they can revert that back to something positive. So when you're in the core of the negativity, right, you're going to find out what happened before that. So what happened before that? You're obviously nice and comfortable. Maybe someone called you a bad name. So now you're in the raw part, and they're saying, well, that person called me a bad name. Well, why did that person call you a bad name? Why you being affected? Normally, if we're being affected by someone else, because we're not dealing with something. So if we're not dealing with something, how do we deal with that? You go right to the core, and you say, okay, it's because of this, this, and this. A lot of people have misdirect anger. They don't know why they're angry. They don't know why they're sad. They don't know why they're anything that's going on with their life. I was angry for so many years.
Yeah.
When I was in and out of jail, I've learned that mentality at that time. Nobody wanted to be around me.
And you would medicate to keep the anger at bay?
I wasn't taking no medication. I just took drugs and alcohol. That was the only medication I took.
That's what I mean, the medicate through the...
I tried the geographical cure, going from one town to another. That just got me to know other dealers and other people that drink. All of it. Because I didn't want to face the true thing.
The reality, yeah.
Reality was tough.
So what's your reality now?
I love life.
Yeah?
I'm intoxicated off my own exuberance and verbosity. Right?
Let's make some noise for that. What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Yeah, who makes you happy?
What makes me happy? When I look in the mirror and I see myself smile and I know I'm comfortable, but also that lady over there.
Who's that lady?
That lady there is soon to be my wife.
Awesome. What's her name?
Faith.
Faith. Gotta have faith.
Gotta have faith. I say, sometimes I'll sit there and say, have faith in this situation. Like, wait a minute, what did I just say?
And she's right beside you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, how many children do you have?
I have, my wife, when she became my wife, died giving birth to my second child, but I had another child after that, there's a best part right there, because I got to meet him 2.5 years ago, and it was really nice to actually see him face to face, and today we contact, we talk, and
How old is he now?
22 years old,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
I got the stepchildren, right? So what a beautiful
How many? Well,
Or let's say 5.
5.
5
Okay.
kids.
Okay. All right.
That's scary, I know.
No.
But you know what? It's okay, but
I love
I
it.
can have 100 kids. You know why?
Why?
As long as I love them equally, it'll all be done by God.
You know, Robert, when we go through experiences and we have people in our life, in our environment, who treat us a certain way, and sometimes it's not the way we wanted when we're adults, we go back and fix that childhood, and we choose people in our life and things to fix what we were missing.
You know, everybody has a certain dream in their.
Mhm.
My dream, all right, started off at the early age watching my father work his butt off, 16 hours a day just to feed the family. And I'm going to tell everybody here, one of my biggest dreams come true. Stay with my dad. I invited my dad over on Father's Day up to Rama. We went to the Rama there. We had some lunch and we played a couple
The
slots,
casino, yeah.
right? And I said to my dad, I said, I think it's time you retire. I don't have the money for that. And I said, what kind of number of money do you need to hire you? He gave me a figure, and it's very achievable to get. And I said, I'll tell you what, finish off this year, come back in April from Florida, and I'll retire you. I'll give you that kind of money per year. And that's exactly what's happening.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm just really excited for everything you're doing now, and then, you know, what's happening in the future. I know it is just going to move exponentially for you. So thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and sharing
Appreciate it.
your pearls of wisdom with us. So come back anytime. And how can people connect with you?
Well, you go on Facebook and look up The Better Way or Robert J. Moore. I will always accept, unless I'm at 5,000, then just message me. Maybe it will kick the person off that's not be there, right? There's always someone on your Facebook that's not really active. My Facebook isn't about just advertising my business. My Facebook is a community thing. Get
Yeah.
to know everybody else and how we can help each other. If someone says, hey, Robert, listen, I got this person that you can really help, so be it. I mean, that's beautiful. Come on in my program. But I'm not advertising my program or forcing it on anybody. My Facebook page, I post what I need to post for my own thing.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Robert J. Moore, everybody. Connect with him, get his book, and you're going to be at Mo Muddy's coming
I'll
up
be at
August
more
14th.
monies on that in Barrie, yeah.
Okay, excellent. We'll be back. Thank you so much.